Hello everyone, my name is Street Rider 87 and I'm from the Next Gamer Network. Welcome to my quick look of Neverwinter. Uh, Neverwinter is an up and coming free to play MMO type action game from Cryptic Studios and Perfect World. Um, if you're not familiar with Cryptic Studios, they originally started out as an NC Soft company and they made City of Heroes, a very beloved game which is now unfortunately shut down. Uh, from there, they moved over to make their own studio, their own game, Champions Online, which did not go very well, and Star Trek Online, which is still hanging in there, but not as well off as they would like. This is their newest endeavor, Neverwinter, based off of Dungeons and Dragons popular series. In character creator, I am going as a wood elf rogue. Um, Honestly, just because I wanted to play it. There's no other reason other than that's just what I felt like doing. So if you're not interested in the gameplay, leave a comment below to what class you would like to see, and I can try to get you some gameplay footage of that, as long as the beta is up and running. I don't have a problem doing other classes for you guys. Right now, as you can see, is the customization creator for your character, and one of Cryptic Studios' strong suits has always been character creation. From City of Heroes to Champions Online to Star Trek Online, every game that they make has a fantastic character creation tool, and that's something that you cannot take away from them. And that amazing character creation tool has made its way into Neverwinter, even though the game is going to be free to play. And you can see here just how in-depth this is for the Wood Elves. I assure you, every single class is just as, if not even more in-depth. The males have beards that you can additionally customize. All the all the races have tattoos. It's just, there's a lot of options here to go through, and you can actually spend a fair bit of time on this. Eye colors, scars, everything is here. And it's your first time in the game. When the actual game launches, you're probably going to spend a lot of time on your character. It's only natural, just because there's so many options. So unless you have something in mind, or you just don't care what your character looks like, it's going to take you a while to get used to the character you want to create. So here, I didn't want to spend too much time on it, so I'm just kind of going through the options at a rapid pace. But you saw there's body sliding, there's facial sliding, there's everything you can think of. Here's where you pick your origin and your religion, I guess you could say. Now your character origin and deities do not have any effect on gameplay. You can see that right at the top. This purely for backstory purposes. If you're a hardcore Dungeons and Dragons fan and you want to make your character a roleplay character and go crazy in depth, all the tools are here. You can go nuts. If you're not a roleplay character or a roleplay person and you just don't care, you can skip right through it. There is the space for the biography. You can write out your own custom biography. Again, if you're a role player, I'm not anymore. So I'm just going to go ahead, name my character, and off we go.
Hey, are you all right? Move around using the W, A, S, and D keys. Move to private
Thank the
filtering.
gods.
Press F when
Adventure?
close to talk
I
to
can
him.
guarantee.
Press path and reach to your next
So here we are in the tutorial, and as you can see,
Neverwinter.
everything is voiceover in the tutorial right now. They haven't said if that's going to make its way into the entire game, but as of right now, it's pretty much just a tutorial. As for the graphic styles, the graphics are great. They definitely have the Cryptic Studios feel to them, which if you don't know, Cryptic Studios normally likes to do a little bit more of a cartoony look to their games. They did throw in a little bit more realism for the Dungeons and Dragons crowd, and I know myself and a lot of Dungeons and Dragons fans will appreciate that, but it still has that same style. On the ground, you can see is the quest tracker thing. It will actually show you the quickest path to your next objective, and you can actually turn that off by pressing Z if you want.
Good to meet you.
But it doesn't bug me, so I just left it on.
Although we stopped Valindra's main force,
With quests, you actually don't have to click on each individual quest thing just to go through it. Every option is assigned a number. So if you're using if your fingers are long or you're using a Razor Naga like I am, you can just use the buttons to go through. Combat is actually fast and fluid. It's a mixture of action combat with the Dungeons and Dragons dice roll system. So you can still get random procs, you can still get random dodges and random crit chances, but the actual combat is all controlled by you. It's first person, it's third person. It's full on action. You can roll to dodge out of the way, or if you can just move out of the way if the attack is slow enough. And it's also position based, so as a rogue I actually get a critical strike bonus when I attack from behind the enemy. Now I can't really demonstrate that because I'm by myself here, but in later parts of the game when you have a tank with you, it's very nice to just make sure that you have your positioning down, because you'll actually do so much damage. So here we go, level 2.
Thank you for reading the
As of right now, skills are automatically given to you. This is a beta, so I'm not positive if that will make it to the main game or not. I'm sure it will as far as the tutorial is concerned. But as for getting to higher levels, I haven't experienced enough of the game so far to tell you that. So here I am just reading some of the descriptions of the game. As you can see, the little gateways point you to the next area. And that's my next skill. I got throwing knives. Skills are automatically mapped for you. Now, I didn't have a problem with it because I approach each new game as a new game, so I don't expect the controls to be exactly the same as the old game. I did play with a friend on my first character for my first time through here, and he did not like the controls, so he actually ended up switching it to something more comfortable for him. So you can switch the controls if you're not comfortable with using Q, E, and R, the skills in conjunction with the number pad. Certain characters have a block skill, which especially the tanks, you can switch that from shift to the right mouse button if you're more familiar with Terra, which he was, which is why it felt more comfortable for him. That's all in there. I didn't show you the options because, again, I don't have a problem with the layout, but just so you guys know, if you want, all the options to switch them are there.
If the bridge falls, they will enter the heart of the city. Protect his enclave.
Protect the enclave.
Deal with the red wizards. Please go to the bridge and aid the defenders.
All right, I'm going.
Destroy the undead soldiers near the gate to our north, so it may be open
through the gateway.
Then
the gateways don't
get
actually
inside
load
the city
anything;
and
they
show you
just
the way
mark
to the bridge.
checkpoints on.
Be careful.
In the
These undead are
dungeons.
more aggressive than others you fought.
And I say dungeons
Templars
because
grant you strength.
from what I've seen, there's no open world. Not sure if that will change because these betas are focused. As you can see, that skill has no range. Anyway, but as of right now, it's purely a dungeon crawling MMO. Really, you could say it's Diablo with MMO mechanics, if you really want to get down to it. But it is good. I mean, it's a lot of fun. Me and my friend played it for a couple hours before we logged off the first time, just because we lost track of
Hello
time.
again. You're looking a good deal fiercer than when you washed up on the beach.
Left
Well,
foot
lying
on
out by the
visible
fire
location
is
to
good.
travel to it.
My mother always says warm clothes make for a warm heart.
And here we are into the tutorial dungeon.
They're in trouble. We must go to their aid.
Yeah, voice acting, not the game's strongest suit. Well, actually, that's not true. Some characters are very well voiced.
Any direction to shift away
Others,
from
like
enemy
this guy who we have with us, I hope he gets hit by a rock. Now, powerful abilities will be marked on the ground so you can dodge them. Dodge them with the rolls. Roll for me is on shift, which is the default controls, or you can double tap. So if you're more comfortable with double tapping for direction, you can double tap WASD to get a roll or sprint or whatever your character has in that direction. For what I know, the thieves and the fighters have the roll dodge. The mage of the game, or mages, have a short range blink as their dodge skill. And I have a great weapons fighter for my main character, you know, like big swords and crap. And that character actually has a sprint or a dash. So every character has their own little unique things to get them in and out of combat and out of danger. And most enemies so far that do put that red notification on the ground have attacked slow enough for me to dodge. I mean, there wasn't, unless your reactions are that of a 90-year-old, you shouldn't have a problem. And as you can see, even like some mini bosses you get stunned, or at least earlier on in the game.
Dealing damage to each.
So this is what they call a daily skill. It's not actually daily. It's based upon your action bar in the center that you build up over killing smaller enemies. And there you go. It was so quick, some of you might have missed it, but I'm going to use it again, so don't worry. And what it does is, it's usually your most powerful ability as of right now, and it will change based upon what class you use. Since I'm a rogue stealth trickster, she has short range blink, almost DBZ like. He gets thrown aside. Good guy Night Elf stands and watches him get force choked and thrown aside. Here we go, just clean these guys up real quick. You can see I'm critting a lot as this guy because I got the dice roll at the beginning with the 20 dexterity, which is very high. As you can see here, my Q, which is a short range daze and stun, actually even stunned this big guy. Again, red circle on the ground, avoid it. There's my ultimate. Tons of damage, even to single targets. So, I mean, it's definitely a skill you want to save only when you need it, because you don't want it to be down when you don't have, you know, I'm sorry, you don't want it to be down when there's a boss battle that you may not expect.
Stop her. Lord Neverwinter is no saint, but he's better than the alternative.
Here is the end of the tutorial.
Valindra.
Yay, to the main city. as you can see, the art is very well drawn as well. I mean, everything about the game is pretty, which is something you just don't get with every free-to-play game out on the market. I mean, sorry to say, but some games that go free-to-play, they really, because they don't have the development backing of bigger studios, they don't really get the same treatment as AAA MMOs. This game so far is looking great. I mean, it's shaping up well. It has the art direction, it has the graphicals. I guess that's a new word to me. The graphicals. It has the combat. I mean, it's just fun. It's a lot of fun, and I give Cryptic credit. I mean, they haven't had so good luck in the MMO space, but they keep trying, and they do get better and better with every iteration of their graphics engine and their gameplay engine. So kudos to them. And here I'm just going to take a look at the overall graphics of the world. Just look at my lion. No, we're going to go up here. And I failed that jump because I'm terrible at Mario. So, as you can see, the city is huge. I mean, this is going to be the main city of the game of Neverwinter. The graphics. This guy I thought was flicking people off. He's not. But I mean, the game looks fantastic. It plays fantastic. There was a little slowdown in the tutorial mission. I'm sure you guys caught that. But overall, the performance even for the beta has been fantastic. So no complaints at all from me so far about this game.
Protector's enclave.
Here you go, get a weapon from the chest. I forgot to say,
I understand you lost.
I told you about the quests that were numbered, but the interact key in this game is F.
I can't offer you
Again,
much.
very
I
similar
can
to
supply
other
you with
action
some
games
off-duty clothing.
like Terra,
I'm sure you're going to want to relax and
where
get out of your
you need
combat
to-
gear at some point. Talk to Supply Sergeant Queen.
Supply
He's
Sergeant.
just west of here, through that tunnel. He'll get you sorted out.
Yes, he will. Alright, very similar to other action games where it's
Hello,
easy to
adventurer.
reach
Heard about
and it's ready available anytime. So, these are commoner clothes. You mostly want to wear these in town, and I'll show you them as soon as this guy gets out of my way. Just go in the character screen, which is the C key. Click on the fashion button, and there you go. And then you can switch back, which I did because I think the clothes are ugly. Sorry. I'm pretty sure you can earn more off-duty clothes as the game progresses, but the starting ones are just rags. So,
You're back.
and here I am about to accept the first dungeon. This is actually the first real dungeon. It's an introduction to the game and the story of Neverwinter, which follows the... Well, actually, I can't tell you. You gotta watch to the end to see what happens. Okay, so here we are in the first dungeon. Go to this guy. Yes, we want to do this. Go. So all dungeons so far, as far as I know, can be done by yourself or with players, other players. I did some earlier with my friend. All experience is shared, however loot is not. So if you're playing with strangers, expect to get ninja. If you're playing with friends, talk it out, learn to share. You know, me and my friend, we go through the game and we ask each other what we need. If we find something for each other's class, we give it to them. It's no, in that regard, this game is going to require a lot of cooperation. If you don't like to play, if you're not a friendly player and you just want all the loots, then you're going to find yourself probably by yourself often, because once players know that you're ninja and everything and not sharing, probably won't invite you back in the group. So this is a dungeon skill. Each class gets dungeon skills depending on their class. I know fighters, I know great weapon fighters and the tank class get dungeoneering skills. I'm a thief, so I get the thieving skill, obviously. And it allows you just to pick up extra loot in the dungeons. Oftentimes it contains crafting materials. Once in a while you get something good though. See, now this is something else I don't have the skill for. So if you want to open everything in the dungeon, you need a party. Or you can spend a lot of money on something that they call kits. The kits are one-time use items that will allow you to open up. Oh, I'm going to demonstrate right here. I find a nature kit. I don't have nature skill, but with the kit, it allows me to open up the nature-y thing in the dungeon. I don't know why it's in the dungeon, but regardless, they are a one-time use kit. They do cost a decent amount of money at the beginning of the game, so if you decide to spend a lot of money on that, it's going to put you back. And they do have a chance to fail, so you have to be aware of that. So if you just buy one and you fail, you can't open anything else up in the dungeon for that particular kit skill. Or floating shoes. Also, something that's very interesting about Dungeons and Dragons is they were true to the source material. So you really want to explore the dungeons because there are treasure chests and hidden all over the place. There are the extra skills like the nature kits, and the clerics can pray at hidden altars. Dungeoneering guys can raid tombs. I mean, there's even in a later dungeon I came across, or my friend came across, I should say, a completely hidden entrance. I mean, it was a bookcase that slid away. I had no idea it was there. I walked right past it, and because he's nosy and likes to explore every nook and cranny, he found it, and I didn't know that was in the game. That's not something I expected. So keep a lookout for that. Here we go with another mini boss. This guy's actually a joke, as are his guards. And I'm gonna go in and stun him real quick, and look at the damage I do after this. Just getting crit after crit after crit. It's fantastic. I do like the high damage classes, so. Now see, here's another skill that I don't have, and neither do I have the kit for it, so I can't unlock it.
Switch in the bookcase on the back wall. Stop the Nashers before they get the crown.
And another skill there. These are some of the statues that I was telling you about. Clerics can pray to. Now all the statues are that big. Some of them are relatively small altars type things. In the middle of dungeons, you'll often find checkpoints, which I don't know why I just did that, but there are checkpoints where you can go and heal. So unless you're in the middle of a fight and really about to die, save your potions, because you don't need them if you get to a checkpoint that's right around the corner. As you can see though, combat's very fluid, even going between multiple mobs, so I mean, combat to me is a big part of MMOs just because it's something that you do constantly, and if it's constantly in your face and it's not fun, then what's the point of playing the game? Other than this, unless the game has a phenomenal story, which most MMOs do not. So in the crypts, and I don't explore this as much as possible. Now here is one of the dungeoneering things for the fighters. Again, they're mostly that I found on tombs, so that's why I call it tomb raiding. But that skill is. And here we are. I'm actually going down to the last fight now. I'm actually just going to let you guys watch this and enjoy this because I don't have much more to say about the game. I mean, I've played it now a decent amount of hours over the beta weekend. It is fantastic. It's a lot of fun. I definitely think you guys should check into it when it gets released or apply for the next beta weekend. Not sure how many more of them they're going to do, but they are a lot of fun, and it will let you, watching videos is a great way to know what a game is like. But I can only tell you what I think about the game. I can't tell you to go and play it because you're going to love it, because I don't know what your personal tastes are. You may play the game and say, oh, this is boring. All I'm doing is left clicking. And that's true to an extent, but the way it's presented is a lot of fun, which is a distraction from the repetitiveness. But I personally was very impressed with Cryptic Studios' take on Neverwinter and the Dungeons & Dragons franchise in general. Again, they've done a beautiful job. The graphics are great. It runs great so far on my computer. Even runs on my laptop. And it was just a lot of fun to play. So I hope you guys keep that in mind. I hope you enjoyed this quick look at Dungeons & Dragons Neverwinter. Again, it's from Cryptic Studios, being published by Perfect World Entertainment. And I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you like what you see, please don't forget to subscribe, and don't forget to watch the rest of the gameplay video to see the boss battle at the end. Have a good one.
Scroll of identification. Right-click an unidentified object and select Identify. Use the scroll and reveal the item's stats. The Nashers have stolen the crown of Neverwinter from the vault, but we still have a chance to recover it. We just need to catch the two thieves who escaped and